Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the seventh video of the Tableau Quick Tips series. In this quick tip, we will be covering the easier method to create a dual axis chart in Tableau. Before proceeding with the video, there is a small request from my side. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel for getting the latest updates. Without any further delay, let us go into the video. Dual axis chart is one of the methods used to compare at least two measures in a single view. We can compare multiple measures using dual axis, which are two independent axes that are layered on top of each other. Let us first go through the standard method of creating a dual axis chart in Tableau. Consider that we have a monthly sales view. We can drag and drop a second measure, example profit, to the row shelf right next to the sales measure. Now, what we get are two independent axes for the measures in the view. We need to right click the profit pill in the row shelf and select dual axis. Now we get a dual axis view where the profit axis corresponds to the blue line and the sales axis corresponds to the orange line. It is observed that both sales and profit measures are within the same pill. Both measures are present in a fused pill and not in two independent pills. This is the visual cue for a dual axis chart in Tableau. The two independent axes are layered in the same pane. It is also observed that sales and profit have separate marks card. Using this unique feature, we can create a combo chart which will assign different mark types to the measures. Let us select the marks card for the sales measure. From the marks type drop down, select the bar type. Now the view has sales with a bars mark type and profit with the default lines mark. We can also customize the view further as each measure can have a different level of detail, size, shape, and further color encoding. As someone just starting their Tableau journey, the standard method of creating a dual axis chart can be sometimes a bit cumbersome and difficult to master. We will now go through the easier method to create a dual axis chart in Tableau. Let us consider we have the same monthly sales view. Let us drag the field to the opposite side of the existing measure in the view. In this case, we need to drag and drop the profit measure to the right side of the view, and we need to drop it when we see a black dashed line appear along with a single ruler symbol. This automatically creates a dual axis similar to the standard method. This method eliminates the manual step of right clicking the second measure and selecting dual axis. When two measures are using the same units, we can align the two axes in a dual axis chart to use the same scale. We need to right click the secondary axis and select Synchronize axis. This aligns the scale of the secondary axis to the scale of the primary axis. As you can see here, both the sales and the profit axis have the same scale. In this example, the profit axis is the secondary axis and the sales axis is the primary axis. If we would like to change the axis is which is the primary and which axis is secondary, we need to select the field on the columns or row shelf that is secondary. In this case, it's profit, and drag it in front of the primary field until we see an orange triangle appear. In this example, we now see that the profit measure is the primary axis and the sales measure is the secondary axis. Let us switch it back. The synchronize axis option ensures that we make a scaled and correct comparison in a dual axis chart. However, there might be certain situations where it might not be correct to synchronize the axis. One example would be like in case we have to compare measures like a sales and a discount that might be having different units of measurement.